everyone, and welcome back to another planty video. I just wanted to go ahead and do a quick video today. I was walking past my greenhouse cabinet here and I saw my corms were going a little crazy, so I figured I'd go ahead and get those repotted out of this thing. So let me get this out of here. Okay. Yeah, today I'm just gonna replace these, repot them into a self-watering pot. I think I'm gonna put them together. I have this Alocasia Black Velvet and a Alocasia, I believe it's like a Corazon, and they're both doing really well. This one especially is going pretty crazy, the Black Velvet. You can see there behind that one all the roots that it has. So I just think it's ready, and they are also just like obviously outgrowing the container altogether, and the grow lights are getting really close. So I'm just gonna go ahead and repot that. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and take these to my little kitchen work area and get started. But really quick, before we go ahead and dive into the repot of these two corms, I wanted to go ahead and show the growth they have gone through in the past like 2 months, because it is actually pretty exponential. And it does show that these guys can go from being just little corms to whole plants in no time. So I am going to go ahead and try and just pull these guys out, probably starting with, I want to say, oh my, thought of springtails in there. Anyways, I want to start with this one, I think, because it's got a lot of roots and it might uproot some stuff. So I feel like it might just be easier to start with it. The Black Velvet here. There are other corms in this jar, which is kind of like my collective just corm jar where I just throw them until they start to sprout, which I have quite a few starting to come up in here. But yeah, so I'm going to try and just do as little damage as possible. And then I'm going to go ahead and put them, I think I'm just going to put them together in one of my little self-watering pots that you've seen in a previous video. And I was just gonna do those with moss still because they seem to really like it, and do like a self-watering, situation. All right, well first I'm gonna, like I said, start with this one. So I'm gonna just slowly try and see if I can get it out of here without causing any damage to anything. Maybe not. It just wants to pull everything with it. So I'm gonna go, let's see if I can get this one first. Oh, ow, okay. So, as you can see here, it has gotten its own corm coming off of it, it looks like. I can't really tell. Yeah. So there's a corm here, which is probably the one that I actually planted, and it's got all sorts of roots. Oh, and then this got this corm, so I'm gonna probably just take this off and put it, I just popped it off. I'm just gonna put it back in there. On this side though, so it's kind of out of the way of the other stuff that's coming up. There we go. Yeah, I'm just gonna kind of ignore the rest of it. I'm kind of just making a mess here on the counter, but that's okay. I'll break the rest of this off of here, the little rest of the bit of the corm piece. So I heard a few little like roots crack there, and I might have done a little bit of damage, but I'm hoping I didn't do any damage to any of the surrounding corms, maybe just this one. But I'm gonna go ahead for this one, but this one's a lot crazier, so we'll see. I'll just kind of It's kind of hard to see. Let's see if that helps. I'm just kind of pushing moss out of the way and trying to ease it up as I go without causing any other damage. It's got some grips in here. Alright, so you can see what I'm working with here. It seems to like really have a hold. So I'm trying not to like damage anything, including itself. But I'm also trying not to like rip everything out and have to put it back in. But that might just be the case, to be honest, because like I have all these other corms. I'd really prefer not to disturb them. I don't have to, but so far I'm not too sure. But I'm gonna go back to two-handed and my other camera so that I can see if I can get this out without getting too crazy here. Okay, let's see. I might be just making a mess of everything, but you know, I really just want to get these guys out of here. Or this guy now. Just gonna have to give it a tug and just let it be, because it is fighting me every step of the way. Okay. Oh my goodness. Alright, get some of this moss back into here. Just kind of putting everything back. I don't think I damaged anything. I'm hopeful I didn't. That should be good. There's roots all over inside of here. I don't see any additional like corms like the other one had, so that's good. Okay, I'm just gonna let it be like that. I'm just gonna lay this down or set this down gently right there. And I'm gonna get this out of the way now that it's all taken care of. I think, you know, most of these are doing good. Yeah, okay. Here's what this looks like now. It's still got some corms coming up, as you can see. I think they're mostly Corazon corms. I seem to have a lot of those. I don't know where they all came from, but I do seem to have quite a bit of those. And at the moment, this is my only Black Velvet, so I'm excited that it came up so fast because all my other ones are currently dormant, and I'm not sure, you know, if or when they will come back. But this one's doing really well. It's got a lot of color and it just looks really happy. But I'm gonna go ahead and wash my hands, and then I'm gonna go ahead and just put it in that these two guys in the self-watering pot there, and that should be all. Today's just gonna be a quick video and all, so yeah, but I'm gonna go wash my hands and I will be right back. Okay, so I've got my self-watering pot. I'm gonna put some moss in here. I just have like my little bucket of moss. It is currently dry, so I'll have to get it wet. I'm actually gonna go ahead and hydrate it really quick so you can see it's currently dry. Okay, I have that all hydrated. I know it's kind of dark, which is odd because I have so many lights on, but it's kind of bright outside, so I know it's kind of throwing everything out of perspective. I'm gonna let that soak for just a minute though, because it's still, you know, kind of in between. Make sure it's all hydrated so these roots don't go into shock. Sorry if my cat is loud in the background. She thinks that it's playtime. Ooh, every time I'm out here filming. My goodness. Okay, I'm gonna put together this meter gauge here. I know I think I've said this in a couple videos with these self-watering pots now, but you have the little bottom thing. You put this little float. You just connect this plastic straw to there. Put it in there. Hook the tube up, maybe. A little bit of work. And then you just kind of put the top on. There. Okay. And so now it will read water levels for the self-watering pot in the reservoir below. So that's good. I have got these on Amazon. The link is down below. It's in my little Amazon storefront. And then I also have like the direct link down below as well. So you can see these. These are some great some little watering pots that I use for mostly my ferns at the moment. So I'm excited to kind of use them for this purpose. This is my first time using them with alocasias. So I hope it goes well. But yeah, this is now I think good enough. So I'm going to go ahead and just start kind of getting it in here until it's time to put these guys in. Okay, I think that should be good. I'm going to put this one, I think, over this way a little more. That. Clean the counter after. And then I'm going to put this guy on this side, like right here, I think. And you know, obviously they're not going to last in this pot forever. I just kind of want to give them a little stepping stone from getting out of the corm jar that I have, you know, so they can stay hydrated, you know, keep their roots happy since they've been used to kind of growing in self-watering reservoir and all of that. Just, you know, what else I can do to ease the transition for this guy, or these two guys, I guess. Okay. This side a little bit. This side does not want to stay very well. A little Alocasia Corazon, I believe is its name. It's one of those alocasias, you know, I got years ago when I first started my plants journey here. And it was just unlabeled. It was just labeled an alocasia, and that was it. And I mean, honestly, it was like falling out of its pot. It had no soil. It was big. And this was just one of the many corms that came out of it, or one of its babies over the years. But yeah, they are pretty nonetheless. They seem to be one of my more tolerant alocasia. They kind of just do whatever they want. But if you don't give them enough moisture, they will go into hibernation. The mother plant I have for this one, like the one that I got years ago, it is like almost always in hibernation, and then it'll randomly come out of hibernation for a couple months, and then just go back into it. It's kind of doing that since I got it, so I'm just kind of learned to accept it. But yeah, just gonna keep packing this guy in. Almost done. And then after I get this all filled up, I will go ahead and put some water in there with some fertilizers and all of that to make it happy. And then I will just kind of fill the reservoir whenever the moss kind of starts to dry out. You don't want to let it get like super dry, because I do have my other alocasias in moss, and I know that it's kind of like a balance. You want to keep it from getting completely crisp. But you also, you know, don't want to keep it sopping wet or wait too long, you know, to water it. That's why alocasia, I think, are kind of just one of those plants that are very picky, and they let people know really fast. So I know they're not super popular, but they are one of my, like, you know, top 10 favorite plants in general. Even though they're difficult and they're always dying back on me, I feel like they're just super rewarding. And they're just so pretty. Like the differences, like this Alocasia Corazon versus the Alocasia Black Velvet here that has like its velvety leaves, and like the red back, which does get more prominent, you know, as they get bigger and older. But yeah, these guys are all happy in their new home. I will go ahead and just throw in some, you know, like I said, some fertilizer water. I'm not going to put too much in there quite yet since the moss is pretty soaking. I might even give it overnight. We'll see. And I mean, I think yeah, there's some water in the bottom actually too now from the moss. So I might just let it sit for like a day, let it acclimate. I haven't quite decided where I'm going to put it. I am kind of leaning, I mean, it's going to be in the plant room. But I might just put it on my plant room desk. It seems like Alocasia do like that little area. But yeah, that is where it'll be. I will make sure to post updates on like future update videos, also on social media, so you guys can see that there if you follow me. I am on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, and of course YouTube, as you know, and it is all Patronus Plant Room, and you can find me that way, or you can follow the links that are down in the descriptions if you want to follow me, or check for updates as well as time goes on. But yeah, this is my little Alocasia project. So this is, again, got the Black Velvet, the Corazon, and their moss, and the self-watering pods. It's kind of hard to pull up with one hand, but there's a reservoir down below, and this kind of detects the water levels. You can see it there, and then you kind of just fill it here. And here is my Alocasia jar. You can see there's this guy, this one here, there's another little tiny guy coming up there. Sorry, it's my finger blurred out. And I have corms kind of just all over the place in here, and they're kind of just going at their own speed. But like you can see, this one's also a Corazon. That one, actually both of those, based on just the coloring alone, look like Corazon. I've seen so many pop up. So I might just have an army of those guys, or I might have to just get rid of some of them. But yeah, they are doing, well. I'm gonna put this guy back in the greenhouse, and I'm gonna find a spot for this one in the plant room, and then I will gonna show you where I put them. All right, I've got the jar back in here. Now that those big guys are out of there, I can put the lid back on it. I have it kind of cracked, just to kind of keep some humidity in there without, making it too humid. But that is still in my IKEA cabinet here. And now I'm gonna go ahead and find a spot for my other guy in the plant room. Don't mind the mess, because I am currently, watering some plants over here. But yeah, I think I'm just gonna put it right here next to my Alocasia Cuprea. Let me go ahead and see. My Alocasia seem to really like this spot, as you can see with this guy is doing really well. I recently had, this Alocasia Corazon in the spot right there, but I recently moved it to this window because it's not getting as much direct sunlight anymore. It's just getting a lot of ambient light throughout the day, as now that the sun's passing overhead, and set it to the side. But yeah, I think it will do really well right here. And should grow hopefully nice and big. I think I'm gonna put it that way so the new leaves come out this direction. But there we go. That is all. And I just wanted to get that done. I know this was a really quick video, so let me know if you guys like videos like this that are super quick and simple, or if you guys like the longer videos. I would really love to know that if you tell me down below. But otherwise, I think that will be it for the video. And thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in the next planting video.